Alright guys, I'm gonna get some messages from your person that it's like kind of going on with the connection right now. Okay, so I'm gonna do the shuffling on camera. What's going on in your connection? What's going on in your connection? What's going on in your connection? Today is Monday, the 2nd of November. All right. Well, I hope you guys are all doing well. It's like some weird, funny energy going around, but I've kind of been feeling the weird energy for, I guess the past couple weeks, but definitely like last week it started. What's going on with your person? So we just want to look at the current energy. Anything? Oh, we're gonna take them. I'm gonna flip them over. Don't look, don't peek. All right. Let's see what's going on in this connection right now. Like I said, it's been kind of like some funny energy because like not sadness, but like, and not spookiness, but like, I don't know, October has like, I love October. It's my birth month, but there's something about like this season and this feeling that it's like things coming to an end and like things leaving us and changing and transcending and transforming and dying and like sudden things sometimes, like I don't know, like it's just like this funny energy. I don't subscribe to the moon consciousness anymore, but I noticed my animals, my cats were acting like one of them, he's so shifty, he's super sensitive already, but he was like extra, like super paranoid, and it was just like really annoying. He's just like so on edge, like since even before the full moon. It was like the 25th or something, and he was like on edge like days before the full moon. So I was already kind of like tuned into like, okay, there's some extra sensory stuff going on right now. Like clearly I can feel it. Like I've been like super sensitive and, you know, like just kind of looking at certain tragedies and the way that I'm allowing them to like resonate or affect me. It's like, wow, this is like real life, you know, like at the end of the day, like we can be so much in our conscious mind, but like real life, like we still have this body and it like feels and it hurts, you know, and it suffers and it has pain. Like, of course, then we can transcend those things after we're knowledgeable of them, but like sometimes like just feeling your feelings, like I wasn't rushing my feelings. Basically, I was just like kind of stagnant. I've been stagnant since at least the 21st. Wow, that's like really crazy too, because like literally no movement since the 21st. I mean, I've like done my day-to-day things, but okay, anyways, I'm sorry. Like that just threw everything out of the weird way, but like I've been noticing, so my energy, like I was feeling really like free, and then of course like you come back down into reality and you're like, you know, sitting looking around like, wow, like what is going on? Like, and sometimes even just looking at like the energy that you're having, like either in your relationship, your love relationship, which is a reflection of your inner union, which is probably why you're watching the video, if you're watching it, to get a gauge on, like, try to understand, you know, just like everything that's kind of going on here. So let's look at it, shall we then? Oh, guys. I am Callie. From death comes rebirth. Oh my God. Okay, right. Like the perfect Scorpio season card, but like even in October, you know, like it kind of starts like, and Callie, she's like spooked, like people are kind of spooked of her. Like this is another image of the lunar goddess, like the dark goddess, that it's fragmented, right? It's like pure, beautiful, loving mother has been distorted and scared, and what's the word? Not scared, it's like she's been fragmented so much to scare us. showing in different forms. But Kali is not anything to fear. Like, basically, once we integrate all these fragmented pieces back to one source, which is that's what I do. Okay, like in my healing sessions, like I really try to just like free you wholly from the whole construct in this paradigm. And that even means like all the different goddesses that we give names to. No, those are all deflections and fragmentations of the true goddess. So basically, you know, from death comes rebirth. I will taste your sweet kiss again, sweetness. Then we have the rich, good gentleman, and the garden, and the anchor. Let's see what these cards were saying. The Fool, the Creator. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Creator. Transformation, past lives, immorality. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so it's kind of like, I know that we were asking about like what's going on with your person. Yeah, they're also probably feeling the energy of like, I mean, definitely there's a transformation, like I was saying. It just makes sense. Like, I mean, it's that time of year, you know, we start getting into that hibernation mode and we just start, you know, getting ready for the leaves falling off and new things coming. So I'm definitely picking up that there's some sort of the way that we have been programmed to look at what is right and what is wrong, even how we perceive energy. Is there only one way to things, is what I'm hearing. Because when you try things again, when you taste something again, maybe the taste buds, right? It's like maybe it says, I will taste your sweet lips again, sweetness. But I feel like this is saying like trying something again kind of pulls you through a different, basically flourishes. Like it gives you, I'm going to have to like write these out or something because sometimes my mind just goes blank. But basically when you're able to look at things from, you know, alternative perspectives, changing not necessarily your morals, but like just considering, like you have to kind of consider sometimes like what has been ingrained in me, what part of the community that I set in what like stories do I continue to tell myself, you know? Am I truly telling, you know, am I living the sweetness? Am I willing to try things again and maybe change my perspective on it? And it's interesting too because the rich, good gentleman, it's kind of like, I feel like it's saying the energy of this person has been battling like the feminine energy rocking their, like just, I mean like shaking it up. Like when we say I'll rock your shit, it's like I'll knock your block off. Like the feminine is like, or not feminine, but there's this, the masculine who's very always like caught up with being rich and a gentleman and like having these finer things. You know, there's really been this huge transformation where our past lives of everything that we've given to ourselves, like made for ourselves, you know, because these images that we hold about, oh, the rich, good gentleman, you know, your shit's getting rocked. What does that even mean? You know, like in what sense of morality ay, Dios mijo. Okay, yeah, I see you, sweetie. Hi. But in my face. Okay. Okay, man. Shoot. But anyways, in what ways has, you know, even the certain ideas, where's that morality card? Oh, here. Okay. like, I'm just hearing Southern Gentleman or something, you know, like how he had to put on the show and had like to, like, for etiquette and manners, like for the moral reasons of kind of like creating a thriving environment, like kind of being tied to that image in the past, you know. And the crazy thing is that Goddess will rock your shit, because the transformation is, you're supposed to keep going. Like, you're supposed to, when you get too stuck in these mind controlled, or even, yeah, I mean, I guess it is a mind controlled programming. Conditioning is hard to see. Sometimes it's like, is it really you operating, or is it like how the community and society has anchored in, you know, certain morals and values into this idea, you know? And can we actually break free in our transformation? Because those are like the things of the past. That's exactly what it is. You cannot keep binding yourself, or I mean, it's hard because I'm trying to speak for this other person, but you are a reflection of this other person, right? Like, what this other person is most likely feeling and going through is similar to what you are going through. This is you. This is you calling out in another person, you know? Why do you care? Why do you resonate with this energy of the person? Why? Because it's you. So try to, you know, if you can interchange what I'm saying and understand the message, you know, things of the past have to get transformed when they're stagnant, you know. They have, like, it's interesting. I was talking to my sister, and it's just like, we're not supposed to hold on to stuff, but yet, like, we should, like she was saying, we got to do things once a year, or something about, you know, yearly stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's true, you know. There's also seasons, so it's kind of interesting, like, what do you hang on to? Like, what are you going to kind of make a point to either keep trying again, or, you know, like, leave that in the past and start new? Which makes sense, because, like, if you're trying to build this image of yourself, you're going to keep going, and you're going to just keep creating, you know. But at the same time, I feel like the energy of the cards is what I'm reading, you know, is that, you know, there's a whole new transformation, rebirth, new adventure to rock your shit, to rock it up, you know, to bring you actually. And it's cool because it's like, rich, good gentleman. That's a good sign. That's good. You should want to flourish and bring about, like, the blessings in the communities and the parties and the good time. Like, that's who kind of you are underneath. That's what creator is, you know, is always a giving, a rich, good gentleman. I mean, those are like specific words, like rich of the soul, good of the heart, gentleman, kind, nurture, you know. And it's like, look, intellect with the chest and sitting outside with it, you know. It's like, it's definitely could be a transformation of, like, how have you been seeing yourself in the past? Are you willing to try again? Are you willing even to see yourself as the sweetness, as the good, rich gentleman that you already are, you know? Because what I'm hearing is that there's been like a whole, it could just be like with this whole shutdown this year, this weird ass stuff that's going on. It's like, how is it looking? Like, how do the materials show? Is it just what you have in your pocket that makes you a good person? Is it just like what you bring, you know, what do you actually hold down? Like, what are you actually bringing to this whole thing, to this creation? Because this creator, like, you're the creator as well. This is like a whole new opportunity to, like, morals. I'm hearing let your conscience be your guide, but guess what? Everybody's got different morals. Oh man, I remember I used to be like, oh, my moral compass, like, you might not have the same moral compass as I do. Most definitely do not. There's some things I'm like, meh, slide with it. Other things I'm like, unacceptable. So my morality as well, you know, like there's probably going to have to be some sort of transformation and rebirth in these situations where am I considering, is it the past or am I beginning new? Because like the past is done. We did that part. We did it. And look how many people done did it too. It's like we're actually doing so much for our past and like things that humanity has carried. I feel like the energy is to start new, to look out and be like, all right, whoopity woo, we're gonna go ahead. Like, look, we hopping off. You know, it can be sweet. I create the sweet. I will have what I strive for. I will be this rich of heart and good of spirit for the community, an anchor of peace. And even when we have to face what's scary or what in the past, what morals of the past, and you know what, I'm hearing that society is wrong. Like society tries to tell us, do this and sit this way and go that way, and they're wrong. Society is wrong, the heart is right. I forgot, it's some Tupac quote. I'm sure he got it from someone else because he studied other people too, but society is wrong. You don't have to fear this. Because when we're going to integrate all these dark aspects, the thing about it is that creator doesn't... The fragmentation is here in our minds. The fragmentation that we are not good enough or that, you know, we're struggling, that is in our minds. The creator already knows that with each breath, we can release, you know, in each moment. Callie, that's why it's like she's revered, because when it's time to shut shit down, I'm also seeing Sekhmet. Like I love Sekhmet. I identify with Sekhmet. It's the same thing. It's like you got to shut all that shit down to bring back the light. You know, sometimes you really do have to look at yourself and consider, you know what? I am a shining pillar of light. I am this beautiful garden. I am this, you know, strong and protective anchor, you know. And sometimes we have to also understand when, just like he's contemplating the chess moves, right? When morality needs to like hoist the anchor, like you gotta leave the past, you know. And I don't know, like I will taste your sweetness again. It's like I think we're always going to be reminded of the past. Like that's always going to come up because those are the memories that we've created, you know, and we're supposed to have them to transmute them, you know, to transform them and send them back to ourselves. Like we're sending all this experience back to God. Like it's all is spirit. We're all spirit having this beautiful experience. And you know, for those of us that are here breathing and living, apparently here in this 3D matrix, sometimes I'm like, what is this place? Like, I get a little bit confused because I'm like, is this real life? It can't be real life. Like some of the shit that happens and I see, I'm like, this can't be real. Like, and then you have those weird syncs and it's just like, ooh, like, you know that this is like some sort of like matrix coding. Like you just know it. So it's like sometimes getting out of your mind, getting out of your own way is the hard part. The energy between you and this person is definitely transforming, you know, to a rebirth. Whether, you know, it has been easy or not. I'm seeing it's like, of course, not easy. Because, like, this is really, really layered and hard to deal with. Past lives is really, really, I mean, it's taking so much work. So I feel like if you are watching this for another person, this is what's really affecting the connection, is our past lives and our connections to holding on to those old paradigms, those old programs, that just the simulation doesn't work. It's just, it's an old paradigm, and that's why it's like, I'm coming to rock your shit. It's time to start over with a brand new enthusiastic perspective of your I am, you know, of who you are, what you actually do create for the community, looking around, you know, what you do hold down, and like, remember who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you your past, or are you a transformation, you know, of being able to do things again and again, and pulling out the sweetness? Like, I mean, that was my point of like, when you try things again, I'm just thinking of how I used to not like certain tastes, and now I like them, and it's very delicious. And my morality changed on it too, you know, because now I enjoy it, and I'm like, wow, all that time in the past that I was hating something, you know, I just had to try it again. And I transformed. And it was purpose. Because I sure love me some cookies now. Shoot. Onions, what mushrooms? I eat all that stuff now. I used to. But you know, it's just kind of like, it's a scary thing. It's still scary. This person is having somewhat of like mind morality contentions. Like, it's a contest between like, starting over. This rebirth is like always really scary. It's always, she's so fucking like, not this picture, you know, but like in the mind, you know, like death and rebirth is really scary. We don't know what happens after death. Like, what does come when it's done? A new journey, right? But we don't know. We can't see it. But you know what's also interesting is our past lives have been that way too, and they don't exist anymore. 15 years ago, you know, 10 years ago, there's no way to go back and do those things. That doesn't even exist anymore. You can't be in that office again. You can't be in that classroom again. Not with those same people during that period of time when the clock went right there and you guys had that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't exist anymore. It's dead. It's rebirthed into something new, into something fresh, into something that is supposed to keep expanding, you know, as creator. The garden, you know, even in the winter, or like, because, you know, the death, like, this reminds me of like Scorpio season, winter season, like death and rebirth, the number 13. Even in the garden, you know, creator is happening, because the winter time, it goes to sleep. It supposedly dies, but it really doesn't die, because it comes back in a rebirth, you know, in something completely new. And it's still as beautiful and rich and caring and nurturing. Like, you know, it's just got to be hard. I'm thinking right now, like, there's something definitely like some sort of morality issue. Society's wrong though, you know. Sometimes you just have to let go of like what's holding you rigid and what's holding you really tight to rebirth. Like, even just starting over, I'm hearing that it's really hard for this person or the energy to just kind of transform and let go. But it's gonna happen anyways. Like, it's gonna just, time has that way of doing it. Like, you will try it again. You will try it again, and it may or may not work. And you'll figure out if it's time to stay, to anchor, or to hoist, you know, and to like keep going. Either way, at creators, it's still one. Your death and your rebirth and your creation of past lives, and even what you create and what, you know, you thrive for and what you choose to make of yourself. It's still one. So the integration between your energy and your person, or just you getting to feel yourself, because you must feel this way about yourself, sweetness and enthusiastic. And, you know, even on this card, there's like a lot of transmutation on here. Like, this is kind of an interesting looking card. Like, there's a lot going on. And I'm just definitely seeing the phoenix. I'm hearing Rise of the Phoenix, of course. Isn't that always? Eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. I know that has nothing to do with that part, but in my mind it went together, and you know, I just kind of flow with what comes and goes. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Who knows? Let's see. Because every time I say let's do 1, Spirit likes to like pop out like 20. So let's see. What can help at this moment harmonize? What does the viewer need to know about harmonizing this energy? Harmonizing this energy. Look, I'm just going to start picking stuff out. Harmonizing this energy. All right, I'm going to do 5. Staying focused. Holiday love. Bad intentions. Intentions and wishes. Money, guns, alcohol. Whoa. Okay, so you know what? I'm just so seeing, like, I know this probably freaks people out. It triggers me anyways. But intentions, it's basically intentions, focused intentions. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Do you want to focus on fear? Do you want to focus on things that bring you fear? I mean, maybe money, guns, and alcohol doesn't cause fear for other people. In my mind, I get a little triggered. I'm not happy. I don't feel safe with this kind of stuff. Like, that's not an intention for me anyways. Like, and it could just be the energy. It doesn't even have to be like guns, money, and alcohol. Like, I mean, I like money, of course. I think guns are cool, and I've kind of had my time with alcohol, but like, I see the purpose of like accessing spirits. But you know, like certain ways, I guess, that it's being used. Okay, how are we gonna use these external desires? What do you wish for? What are you wishing for? Are you having bad intentions? Watch your intentions. Even if you're, for people that you know, like your person is maybe doing too much, playing that game of life, you know, what do you want to focus on? What do you want? It is holidays coming up, you know, like all I want for Christmas. Like, if you're focusing your intentions, you know, and I think this also has to go back and deal with the morality issues. Like I said, there's some things, I promise you, because I could be like, oh, I'm straight. Like, it's not necessarily the gun that bothers me. It's what you do with it. It's not necessarily how, you know, you drink, whatever. It's how, it's like how you behave under the influence, you know. It's like money, I like having money, it makes me feel secure, and at the same time, like, what does it do to the morale of the person, you know? Like, are you gonna maintain those bad intentions? And if your person is maybe still stuck in some past sort of, you know, just, I gotta hold it down, I gotta do what I gotta do, you know, and their morals really aren't in the intentions of where yours are, potentially. Again, what are you gonna focus on? Like, it's okay to have a wish, and it's okay to follow your wishes and your dreams, and to be like, you know what, I'm gonna focus, and I'm gonna lead, and I'm gonna start over and fresh. I'm gonna take that old scary fear, even like this image, you know, bad intentions doesn't have to be, it's like you being conscious of this other person. And you can flat out ask somebody too, like, what's up? Like, how are you seeing things? Are you having these sort of intentions, or are you like coming from like this place of ready to rebirth, you know? Because sometimes people get stuck. They get stuck in what they think other people want from them. They get stuck in thinking that that's the only way that's going to bring fruits of labor. They get stuck in old paradigms that, you know, make them feel bad. Make them have, like, triggers and PTSD, or make them question their morals, because at the end of the day, it's about your energy, right? And like, what makes you feel good? What makes you feel aligned and vibrating at like a higher, peaceful spirit? You absolutely know what makes you feel good and what brings you fear. It's like love and fear. That's the only two vibrations. Like, are you gonna tune in and turn up? You know, what kind of things is this connection enduring? It's definitely, examining what's gonna bring about, I feel like, the best. Because at the end of the day, that low vibration is a sickness, and it will attack your body and your immune system and your brain. And once your brain, like, it's important to focus these intentions, right? Basically to focus on, I'm just hearing, focus on the rebirth, focus on the transformation, focus on your sweetness that you will have again, the sweetness that is you as the creator. Even this person, you're gonna have to forgive, come to terms, because maybe they, again, are still stuck in certain vibrations of the past. Maybe they're still holding stuff down that is not in your resonance. Maybe they're after a lot of stuff, trying to, trying to get that money. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women, all that Scarface, mentality, that morale. But then again, it was like, what's the focus? It's too bad sometimes that people can't focus their intentions or have a better way to do things. Because then they still have the drive, like you still have the success. Like I said, it's kind of like how you use that energy. But if it's causing fear and lack and scarcity and, holding you back and in bad intentions, it's like, that's an old paradigm that's holding you back. And society is not always right. Not right. No, they're not right. You have to be your own creator and always have this enthusiastic, fearless attitude of rebirth. Death is not the end. Death is not the end. Your morale of being a rich person of the soul, good-hearted, caring, nurturing, gentle man, gentle human, I love you so much, everyone who watched this video, and pray for people. I'll say a prayer right now. Heavenly Father, Mother, the holiness that is one. Under the sun we are, in gratitude to you and to everything around us. Let us remember that we are always, where's that creator? We are always with you. We are always with you. We are at home in the light and the transformation that is this beautiful existence. So it is. All right, see you next time, guys.